Sweet. And we're live. Oh, and I'm freezing again.
What's up, guys?
What's up,
So we got
guys?
the bearded regard in the house. How you guys doing?
Good.
Really good.
Cool. That's awesome. So maybe kind of do. Let's start off with a couple quick introductions in case people haven't seen you before. Nick, why don't you lead us off, and then Walt, and then Casey.
I'm Nick. I go by the Bearded Beanie on IG and YouTube. Member of the Bearded Regard crew. A new YouTube and Instagram account that we all created and came up with. Mainly Casey started it all out. So, like to thank him on that one and allowing me to join this awesome crew of guys. So that's who I am.
I'm Waltamus Prime. My name's Walt. Joined the Bearded Regard. I was the last one to join. It's been a lot of fun. We just kind of started this to promote the bearded community, especially the content creators and the companies that we really, have a good, strong connection with. They provided a great community, and we're trying to give back.
Cool. That's awesome.
I'm Buschy Beard, Casey. Like Nick said, it was kind of my idea maybe to set this up, but it's definitely not my channel. This is our channel. It's the community's channel, really. That's kind of what it comes down to. That's what we set it up for. This community, this bond that everyone has, the tight connection everyone has, really helps a lot of people out, and a lot of people don't realize that. Even the reviewers don't necessarily see everyone that's watching them. So there's a lot of people that are getting helped out by this community and by the positivity that's involved with it. And that's what we want to shine. That's what we want to show is that connection that people have here, and the great products that are coming out of it, and just help add to the positivity if we can.
What's up, cousins?
What's up, cousins?
Gotcha.
Jason Esser.
Yeah, Jason.
Healthy Bearded.
Mr. J. Cruz himself. Vato, first one in. I gotta address this comment right here. Vato, this is my first live stream ever. So, and I was only 2 minutes late. Had some technical difficulties with, because I'm also using a new like a proper camera instead of just the built-in webcam, because it was not good. So I was having to figure out some things. So how did you guys find the kind of get into the bearded community? Casey, why don't you lead us off?
I started by looking for beard trim videos. That's where it all started. I was kind of starting to grow out my beard. I was using some Live Bearded products that I had found. I was by watching YouTube. I found the ads pop up, and so down the rabbit hole it went, and that's kind of where it started. I was looking for beard trim videos. Honestly, I think I found Scuba's first. I found that video. I didn't watch it because he was going for a different style trim than I was looking for. And so I found Dan C, and then Healthy Bearded and Bluegrass Bearded, and it just spiraled down, and I just kept going from there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what about you?
Let's see. COVID hit. Started growing my beard because I was working from home, and so I started getting a little beard dandruff. So I was like, I got to figure out what's going on here. So I started doing some research. Stumbled across Scuba's, then Dan C, and then I think my first live was Dave from Bearded Motivation. Cool. And I was like, I got a chance to chat with people in the and stuff, and I was like, this place is awesome. So I kind of just slowly went into that rabbit hole, and yeah, man, everybody in this community has been awesome. We got great people here in the chat as well, and I feel like I've gotten to know a lot of these guys really well, and it's been great.
Absolutely. And then Beanie, what about you?
COVID hit, having to start wearing masks. Got kind of lazy, didn't feel the need to trim the beard quite as often anymore. Started getting a little bit of length to it, and I was kind of trying to figure out a way to style it. So I went on YouTube and came across the dancing video, and I enjoyed the kind of charisma he had and how he explained everything and his passion behind it. And then, from there, kind of looked him up on IG, and all of a sudden realized there was a whole community behind this. And kind of like these guys said, you start with that, and then all of a sudden you just kind of go down that rabbit hole, and all of a sudden you're hooked. So that's kind of how I started in it.
That's awesome. My camera battery was just about to die. Do a quick battery swap.
No worries.
Well, and this is kind of why I wanted to start the channel too, is to involve Nick, Walt, myself, get some of the faces you don't see out there all the time, out on camera. We want to invite some of the people that are just supporters in to do a live stream if they want to with us, and because those are some of the most important people in the community, are those people that are out there supporting us or supporting everyone else, all the content creators and the companies. And so we want to highlight them and bring them into the spotlight as well. So
That's awesome. What's actually, I gotta get this out the way. What's in beard for all you guys? Well, why don't you start us off?
I got in Pell from Chesapeake.
Nice.
Yeah. I love this stuff. It's really, really good. I'd put it kind of in the same realm as Kingsman.
Okay.
Holy Grail. So it's kind of in that same realm, and it's fantastic.
That's awesome. Casey, what about you?
I'm testing something out at the minute.
Ooh, okay.
So I guess I don't really want to get into it, I guess.
Fair. Yeah.
Right now, we'll maybe talk about that later.
Yep.
So
yeah, absolutely. Nick, and then what about you?
I got Fable. I got the you can see it there, the Angler.
Yep. Cool.
It's a aquatic cologne type scent, kind of real
Yep.
light and refreshing. That's what I'm wearing today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'm rocking
Got
old Cutler from Magic City.
I've got the butter in that too, Nick, and I really like the butter. I need to get
It's
the oil.
nice. It's not overpowering or anything like that. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's, I don't know, with old Cutler, I feel like it's not the strongest of Magic City scents that I've tried, because I have them all now. And it's definitely because it's a smooth leather cologne type scent. And it's definitely, it's not like super in your face, but it just kind of blends nicely into the background, I would say.
I need to try Magic City too. That's another one I want to try.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I actually just got a non-affiliate 10% discount code with them set up recently. The Truth 10, I believe it is. Anybody in the chat? Vato. How do you like Magic? Oh yeah, it's really, really good. Especially like with the oil, it's definitely on the thicker side, but not so thick that because there have been some thick oils that I don't like. But this is like, it's thick but not too thick. Yeah, and I really recommend it. Definitely the ostrich oil is definitely makes my beard feel good. But yeah, Vato, highly recommend it for sure. We got Ricky, Allied Beard Co. in the house.
What's up, Ricky?
What's up, Ricky?
Faithfully Tyson, welcome. Thanks for hopping in.
Jason.
Yeah. So what have been some of your favorite companies that you guys have been using recently? Casey, why don't you lead us off?
I really like Bandbox. We just featured them last night on our channel, and I really like Mike's stuff. Copper John's is amazing. I can never without, if you're gonna ask me one of my favorites, I'll have to throw Copper John's out there, because Tyson makes amazing stuff too. So those are probably two of my favorites.
Cool. Beanie, what about you?
Kind of generic like Casey. I'm gonna go with the Copper Johns. Been using that a lot lately. Also, recently I've been using Defined, which is really nice.
Yeah, cool.
And Li, and then obviously the Fable right now is what I've been using.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff I haven't tried. I haven't dug into a lot yet. So
Yeah.
there's a lot more I'm going to find eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's just so much out there. It's hard to try all of it,
Yeah. Big day for Copper Johns on Monday. Facts. Yeah, on the Bluegrass Beard Cave with Ken. I think 3 new scents, I believe, is what they're releasing, including Ken's collab, Bluegrass Trails.
The cool thing about that I heard was the other 2 scents all came from him trying to come up with that collab originally.
Yeah,
which is super awesome and speaks volumes to Ken and Tyson that they were able to come up with 3 fragrances just based off of one thing that they were trying to do. So that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. I just ordered Nightfall oil and butter from Copper Johns recently. Just because I've heard really good things about that scent, but then I'll try Bluegrass Trails and like the other new scents at some point down the road. But I've got a lot of stuff coming in. Like I've got stuff from Chesapeake still coming in, Copper Johns, and I just had Magic City stuff come in. There was 4. What was my 4th order? I can't remember. It's in my Instagram stories somewhere. But yeah, just kind of.
Yeah, this is another one
yep.
I want to try some more. This is a nice scent right here. I really like Balance.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this one's really nice too. I just picked those up.
Oh, cool.
Vitality is amazing. That's something I have only used really once. So once I get into this, I know I'll like that'll be right up there with some of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I ordered the Vitality in the Poe scent. Because I feel like based on what I've heard, you can't try Chesapeake without trying Vitality.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a game changer for sure.
Yeah, and then Walt, I forget if you gave us some of your go-to beard companies that you've been using recently.
Let's see, Chesapeake, Define Beard Co., Copper Johns, Magic City, Bearded Coast. Let's see, Beard Mana. All fantastic companies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, LI is another one. LI, I have great feel with LI's oil, and so that's another oil I really like too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to try them yet.
Yeah, I really want to, especially because Ricky's like always the first one, like in my comments on videos, and
yeah, he's a good guy.
Ricky's
always showing support.
Cool. Yeah, that's the type of people you want in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was one of the guys. Well, when I was watching all the videos at first, you always see first with Li in the comments, and it's like, man, that guy is everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, it's like Li, and then like Vato is always just they're everywhere right away.
It's funny seeing them compete on who can get first.
Yep. Actually, I think it was Brandon, All Things Bearded, on his new video. I was the first comment. And Vato commented under "show off" or something like that, and I got a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, you can't get over Vato or Li, definitely.
Yeah,
even if you're in there first, they're always first.
One of those.
Yeah, it's so true. Oh man, what do you guys typically use more? Oh yeah, what's up, Dagan? Beard butter or beard balm? Beanie, why don't you lead us off on that?
Butter all the way.
Yep.
I don't really style my beard anymore as far as like heat, because I wear a mask all day, so I don't really see the purpose in it. So that's why I don't really wear balms anymore. Occasionally, if I'm gonna style it on the weekend, like if I'm going somewhere or doing something, then I'll throw a balm in. But I mean, I use butter every day without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. Beard Vato is my other account.
I'd believe that almost, but
yeah, like the consistency and the speed of like those two accounts is it's crazy. Casey, what about you?
I'm definitely a butter fan over balm. I like the more natural style, I guess, and look. I will use a balm occasionally if I want to get more hold. but I still haven't found a balm yet, I guess, that'll give me that nice solid hold. I have a
Okay.
couple I have a couple here I still need to try, so they might change my mind, but
Yeah. Yeah. I actually, sorry. Walt, you go. You can go, and then I'll go.
Oh, same. Butter. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. It's funny. Like whenever I ask, like generally, if like most guys with longer beards prefer butter, but then like there's also guys with like shorter beards, like Walt, that like have tried a ton of both and still go butter like more of the time. And I would say the same. Like I'd rather go butter, especially because up till recently my beard was a lot longer, so butter just worked a lot better than a balm. But now that it's a little shorter, I'm just kind of enjoying experimenting with some more balms. I just got the unscented from Magic City, so I'm going to be testing that out. I think tomorrow, and pairing it with the Atlantis scent in the oil. It's an oud scent, and I'm talking to Swag tomorrow night here on YouTube at 7:30. So it makes sense.
Try
I take that back.
is maybe try a little
Ooh,
This
okay.
this is probably the best balm I've tried so far. I
Oh,
guess.
cool. Red pistache, nice.
But I haven't used it a lot, so but I'll be definitely starting to get into more balms now for sure. So
Yeah, the cool thing with the unscented one is you can throw a couple drops of the oil in while it's in your palm.
Yep.
Together, and it kind of picks up that scent. So it's 2-for-1 kind of thing there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this will be the first unscented balm and butter that I have because I got the unscented trio. So it'd be nice to be able to kind of mix and match more often. Like recently I did I think it was Roaring Twenties Mac with Barbershop Balm from Beard Octane, and they kind of they work together, but it's also kind of it's not 100%. So having like either one or the other with an unscented to pair it up, like I feel like that'll work a lot better. Facts, Mato.
don't make Vato get mad at you.
Yeah, facts. Oh man, this is my first live stream ever. It's fun to seeing all these guys in like other chats, and it's cool to see the support in the community for first live stream. Got 9 people in so far. So shout out to everybody that's in already, and also people that are watching this after the fact. This will be able to watch after the fact. Jeez. Look for a new butter balm thing. Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Jason getting into the product making.
Yeah.
That's cool, Jason.
Mm-hmm. So why don't we kind of get into kind of the origins of the Beard Regard a little more? Case, why don't you kind of tell us how that kind of came about a little bit more in detail, just kind of like how you guys first got like interacting together, and then kind of how like where the idea came from, how you came up with the name, all that kind of stuff. And then Walt and Nick, feel free to chime in and add wherever you see fit.
Well, I guess it started with the community. It started with all of our support for the community, and kind of a goal to help lift everyone up that's involved with it. Me and Nick were kind of chatting a while before. When did it start? Like last maybe September or so, I think it was.
September, October.
And we were just kind of chatting about starting something. I had shown maybe some interest in starting a channel, and he said he had all the equipment and whatnot to run something if he needed to, and so I just kind of started with that idea, and we kind of just talked about it for quite a few months, and I started getting more into some more products, and I was active in about almost every live stream for I don't know how long.
Yep.
So I was very lucky, and I won a lot of giveaways, and that kind of got me more into the products, and I was using a bunch of stuff, and I was like, man, and just the overall support that everyone gives in this community is just awesome. I kind of needed a lift up anyway, because I was kind of in I was kind of in a down spot before I found this community. So
Mhm.
getting that lift up inspired me to try to find more people out there that need a lift up, and just to help spread that. And then from there, I obviously we met Walt in some of the lives and some of the chats, and
Mhm.
Walt's it says such a genius mind, and just the way that he can, his question asking, I mean, ability, his way he can just come up with and start just drum up a conversation is amazing. And he's really knowledgeable about his carrier oils and that kind of stuff. So I just thought, having three different minds coming into a channel and bringing three different ideas, you can throw it. I mean, it adds three different possibilities to add content. And it also, it brings in three different ideas and three different views on the product as well. So it's just it's an interesting idea.
Yeah. I just want to pop this question up here quickly. Vata wants to know what product has made your beards the softest. Nick, why don't you lead off, and then Walt and Casey, and then I'll go.
I would say it's probably a cross. I tried the Peak CBD. As far as like an oil, I would either say that or Copper Johns. And then as far as the butters I have tried, I would definitely go with Copper Johns.
Cool. That's awesome. Walt, you want to go next?
Sure. I'd probably say Vitality. Probably butter is just, it's hard to beat. I don't think I've tried anything that's beaten it yet. Next level. But then for oils, I'd say maybe Magic City. Magic City is really, really good at making my beard soft. So, yeah. Yep,
facts. And then Casey, what about you?
I would have to say the CBD products have made my beard feel the softest. So some of this Bandbox, the Chronic line is really good. But besides CBD products, I would have to say Copper Johns is probably one of the softest feels that I've had. Once again, Vitality. The one time I used it, I used it at night, and I woke up and it just felt amazing. So.
What's up, Ken?
Ken?
What's up, Ken? Yeah, I would say for me, probably Sasquatch from Black Rebel. Like, I went in testing that, like knowing that it was on the pricier side, and I hadn't tried ostrich oil before that, so I was like, I don't know what this is gonna be like. Is it actually gonna be like as good as everyone's saying? And then I got it in beard, and I think I told Walt. It was either Walt or Beanie, or probably both. Like shortly after I got it, like I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to, and it just made my beard like that ostrich oil. Just Mr. 1K's in the building. Yep.
Congrats, Ken.
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah. Where's that? There you go.
Yeah. Got my Share Coke, and this one just happened to have Ken's name on it, so I was like, oh, I have to drink that during the stream in case he.
Share Ken.
Yeah. Yeah. So where did the name the Bearded Regard come from? Like, kind of. Well, why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about that?
First, Casey, thank you. That means a lot, man. I appreciate it. So it started with Casey having this idea that the community has done so much for us that Nick and Casey wanted to find a way to give back to the community. And so they thought about different words and that would work well to kind of help explain that. And, regard is like thoughts, so, the bearded thoughts, and honestly, me, Casey, and Nick, we think about this stuff a lot. We talk about this stuff a lot. So it just felt like it was the right fit. And I was the last one to go on there, and I'm very blessed to be able to hang out with these guys and work with them. Casey does amazing work. He does all like the editing and stuff like that. Super talented. Nick has a lot of experience with the whole process of social media, YouTube stuff. He's got a lot of equipment and stuff. So we all kind of bring something to the table, and we really enjoy it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely definitely a cool system that you guys have set up. Just three different kind of beards, three different like perspectives on products, like three different collections of products. Oh, man, that's funny. Hold up. Yeah, it's definitely a cool. Yeah, definitely a good setup for sure.
Yeah, I was talking to the guys today about you know, if we don't necessarily agree on something, we can, you know, something might work for me that doesn't work for Nick or Walt, and
Yep.
so we can have our own separate reviews on there on the same channel, where if maybe someone didn't like my thoughts on that product, so they can go look at Walt's and see what they think about Walt's idea on that product, you know. So it kind of opens up the what you can do with the channel too overall, and how you can spread out that the opinion side, the because a lot of it is definitely opinion, what each reviewer thinks, so you can kind of get each opinion from it. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's cool. It's like just a whole bunch of different, just different talents, different skills. Like, yeah, it's definitely. I think that system will definitely work out well for you guys in the long run. What made you guys want to start with like live stream specifically as your kind of predominant like content piece? Nick, why don't you kind of touch on that a little bit?
So when we started out originally, it was kind of like a live stream on IG. It's kind of what we had as far as the game plan went. And then Casey kind of came up with the idea of trying YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Him had talked, I mean, we talked for months about doing like different things on YouTube. And we kind of liked the idea of the live stream on IG, but then it was like, you don't really see a lot of people that have like a channel on IG that specifically goes live at a certain time every week like you do on YouTube. So it kind of made sense just to transition into YouTube and go that route. So that way we could have
Healthy Bearded used to have an Instagram live every week.
Yeah. He was about the only one.
CNU originated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it kind of just made sense to do the transition into YouTube because we'd already been talking about it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a little easier in that sense to have like all three of us on because obviously once you bring Walt in, I don't think you can do a live stream of 3 people on IG. So
yeah, I think it's 2 max.
So it just kind of made sense to transition into this. It's a cleaner setup. It flows and it's a lot smoother that route.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then like especially with just with the way Instagram works and the way the Instagram chat works and it's just
and the community involvement in the chat too. You know, that's kind of where we got started with this whole thing, was the YouTube lives and being involved with the comments, and so it makes sense for us to start a platform where and time frame is a good time frame. It's right there at the end of the weekend. You can kick off your weekend with a late night show on the Bearded Regard. So that's kind of where we're going with it. So
yeah, absolutely. And for everybody in the chat, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in, and we'll answer them. So when you guys are doing reviews, what does the process typically look like for that, and like kind of how does that all come together? Casey, why don't you kind of touch on that?
Well, we've talked a few times. We've had a couple meetups where we just discuss kind of what companies we want to take a look at, what products we have, obviously, and which ones we want to focus on right away, and then we'll decide if who has each. So if each one of us have something, we'll go from there, and then you're throwing me off. Sorry. So anyway, and then we decide what we're going to use from there, and then we'll we'll piece it together, either a 2-piece or we'll all come in.
Yeah.
We decided to do the company regards, which is going to be focused on just the company. We're not gonna bring necessarily the scent profiles and the carriers in necessarily. We're just going to focus on the company and what it stands for. And then we have the regard reviews, and they're going to be more focused on the scents and the carrier blends and more on the individual product. So
cool. That's awesome. And then what is the how long does it typically take you guys to record a review and like all the different kind of sections of it? Thanks, Ken. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Ken.
I think that's different. That's different for all of us.
Yeah.
Nick seems to roll through it pretty smooth all the time.
Power through.
Just one time recorded, it's done. But it takes me a couple times. I'm one of those shy, nervous people anyway. So being on camera is something I'm not used to. So it's something I'm getting used to more. And so it takes me a couple times to record an episode.
Yeah, totally. No, and like I've been doing reviews for I've been on YouTube for 4 years now, and it's still not so much for videos now, but it's still like getting on like Instagram Live even, or like especially like this now. Like I've never done this before. Like I've been involved in a couple live streams, but never hosted my own. So it's even a little nerve wracking, like figuring out StreamYard, and I've been kind of like working on setting up StreamYard for the past like couple days just to get it kind of set up and have all my like all the banners and the branding and all that kind of stuff set up.
Yeah, it takes time. I'm just getting used to it too. I've never really used, but I'm fairly tech worthy, I guess. I'm not a tech genius, but I can do some stuff, and so it's something you have to get used to. It's something that takes time. Setting up for one show can take multiple nights sometimes, just popping in and out and getting things set up, and you're always adding something later because something else comes up. So
that's a good question. Nick, why don't you lead us off on that?
That's a tough one, man, because honestly, I'm having an absolute blast doing lives with these guys and getting to know some of the creators, content creators, business owners in the community. I think it is, I mean, honestly, like last night, we went for over 3 hours. And like me and Walt are on opposite sides of the country. So, I mean, there's a 3-hour time difference between me and him. But IG, I would say I'm on it every day. And it's a good way to interact with people, you know, on either a more personal level or just more consistently. If I had to pick one, I'm probably going to go with IG, I guess.
Okay. Walt, what about you?
Well, for content creation and for promoting companies and content creators, definitely YouTube. IG is a good platform for being able to communicate with people and to be able to drive your traffic over onto the YouTube platform, hands down. So it's really hard to say, but I think I really enjoy the YouTube side of it. Even if I didn't have the IG, I think being able to communicate with the guys in the chat would definitely be YouTube.
I'd go with YouTube.
Yeah.
I just think obviously there's community, you know, you've got that daily presence on IG too with people, but you can do a lot more with YouTube as far as like Walt was saying with the content creation and just the overall the live streams, and you can bring more people, involve more people into it with YouTube. So
yeah,
I would say YouTube, but I do, since I just started IG, honestly, I just started back in like September when I started following Dan C. He was asking for followers on IG, so I started an IG, and that's where my IG started. So
that's awesome.
I'm pretty new to that too, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know.
What made me want to link up with Nick and Walt would be, obviously Walt's a genius and Nick X has all the gold, so you know he's just. We gotta bring him into the mix.
I'm far from a genius. I'm very observant. I'm like a parrot. I can just repeat what people tell me stuff. When it came to like stuff like what we talk about, or when we're doing reviews, I look at Jay Cruz, Dan C, Ken, Dave from Bearded Motivation. I looked at these guys and kind of learned about what they're saying, what they're talking about, how they present, what's their format on how they review a product. You start looking at all that stuff like that, and you can kind of figure out what you want to pick and choose and just use it in your own way. And that's how I kind of was able to bring something to the table. So it's just me observing from better people.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
there's a few creators out there that have made a good point. The people you surround yourself with make a huge difference in who you are overall and how you think, your mental status, everything kind of circles around who you're circling around, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So, yeah, like positivity breeds more positivity. Like, yeah, 100%. Oh.
And you'll always have some negativity in any situation, but festering on that negativity is never a good thing, and trying to cause more negativity obviously is never a good thing.
The healthy regard, I like it. Bring this comment back up from Jay Cruz. Yeah, facts. We've had some fun recently.
I'm very lucky to have a cool guy like that hanging around. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so much to learn from him.
Yeah.
Same.
And that's the cool thing. It's like there's so many the community is like small, but there's also like a lot of guys within that small community that like everybody's different beards, different scent preferences, like different personalities, like J. Cruz out here being a cyber bully. Oh man. And then kind of switching gears a little bit. Casey, beforehand we were kind of talking about kind of like the pluses and the minuses of reviewing products. Maybe do you want to touch on that a little bit? Oh, you're on mute.
My bad. Yeah, obviously there's positives and negatives in any situation, just like I was saying. But and one of them, I'm testing out a product and I'm not too happy with it. So that's what I was going to ask you, because I know I think we all know that Jordan's had some bad experiences. So how do you approach that, Jordan? Because I'm new into this, so let's hear that from you. Let's see what you have to say about what do you think about bad reviews?
Yeah, no, I feel like they have to they have to happen, and it's gonna if you don't, if you test a product and you know that it's not good, but you still say that it's good, and then especially because there's so many more reviewers now, like testing a whole bunch of different companies. Like if you say that one company is like so bad, and then somebody else has a really good experience, or you're like I kind of got tripped up my words there, but like it's kind of if you say that something's really good and someone else says that it's really bad, then there's going to be like a discrepancy, and it's like and it definitely requires like some Vato. I think it has to happen. But there's just a way to go about doing it. And even like the two negative reviews that I've done, I've still been like professional about them, and especially with my my most viewed review, I had multiple people say that kind of knew like the more of the backstory, that like I was a lot nicer about it than I like had reason to be, just because, yeah.
Did you contact the companies before? I mean, you obviously let them know that how you feel about the product, right?
Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, with my one more negative review on Midas Beard Care, which is a UK company, I talked to them beforehand and told them how I felt about the products, and then like once I posted that I was going to be putting out a review soon, they unfollowed me. Like I noticed they unfollowed me, and I was like, oh, all right, I see how it is. Now I still don't know if they even watched my review because I haven't heard back from them since. But then with it's getting insane. Someone's going to make a purchase or not based on our review. You have to be honest, or our influence and reputation will be no first application. Yeah, facts. And like, yeah, that's 100% true, Ken. And like with my review on the beard struggle, like because I've been like, using the products for a while and kind of enjoying them a little bit, but then as I started to like kind of distance myself from them and like trying other things, and I like kind of realized more about like started learning more about carrier oils and scents and all that kind of stuff, and like what carrier oils do what, and then that's kind of when I like cut ties with them. That's when I kind of decided that I was like, all right, it's time to do a review. Now that I've tried a few other things and been using this for a while. So I posted that and tagged them that I was going to be doing a review, but they never said anything about it. I'm sure they've watched it or
know about it.
I get their people creeping, like poking around on my page every so often, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, no, definitely like what Ken was saying, you have to
Yeah, I agree.
like you have to help the consumer first, like, and not just like give, especially if a company sends you something, you have to be like honest with it and like say what you really think about it, because then it's gonna make you seem like less trustworthy and less reliable, and then that's how you end up with no platform.
It doesn't do anyone good to be dishonest, I guess I should say, and definitely doesn't help anyone in that process.
I think kind of piggyback off of that. I mean, that's the nice thing about our channel is you have a long beard, a medium beard, short beard, all different colors. We're all from different parts of the country.
Yep.
And what works for Jordan or Casey or Walt may not work for me. So if we're honest, you just take it with a grain of salt, because what may not work for me may work great for Casey. So you got to do your research as well as a consumer. I mean, you can't literally just go off of what a content creator says.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a big part of what I got into is trying all these different companies, because I didn't really know a lot about it, and I was able to kind of see their carrier oil makeup and what they were using more of, and that way you can kind of tell, hey, this is what works for me, this doesn't. So it's all about trial and error a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, take it with a grain of salt, because like I said, what works for you guys may not work for me.
Mm-hmm. Vato wants to know. You know who subs to you on YouTube, but do you know who unsubscribes? No, it So it shows you like how many people unsubscribe, like on a daily or weekly basis, but it doesn't give you like actual names.
So I find that the best way to handle that, and this is just from what I've observed from guys like Dancy and Ken and Jay Cruz, is to be tactful.
Yeah.
Be very, very, very purposeful on what you're saying, that you're not trying to harm the company, but you're trying to give an honest review. You're trying to inform the audience of your experience in a constructive way, without trying to hurt the company and tarnish somebody. So it's a very fine line, and you have to be very thoughtful about what you're saying and being very professional, like Tyson is saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And even
because it's subjective, I mean, it might work for the next person, but it didn't work for me. I mean, that's, and I feel healthy on that, because it's a little nerve wracking. But I'm gonna definitely contact the owner and give him my thoughts, and just maybe I have you ever had someone say don't do a review, Jordan?
Yep.
Have you?
Yep. So with Midas Beard Care, they just like I told them like what I thought about the products, and I'm pretty sure I like mentioned it in the video that they like messaged me, and they were like, because I had an oil and then a beard brush from them, and they were like, "Can you mostly?" Because I said like I had some more good things to say about the brush, but so they're like, "Yeah, can you mostly focus on the brush?" And I was like, "I'm reviewing. I have the oil as well. I'm going to talk about. I'm not just gonna not review it because you may not like what I have to say." So I said I'm like, I can't do that. I'm going to be talking about both because just I have both products. I had unboxed both products. Like both products are getting a review. And with Midas, their oil, I'm pretty sure it was too much vitamin E, and it literally within minutes of putting it in the first time, it was drying out my beard. I was like, yeah, this is not good. And like I tried it like one or two more times after that, and I was like, nope. Bato wants to know. Set any rules about how to conduct on the channel? No problem. Like on the regard, I think he's asking about.
You're running live streams. It's going to be tough to, I mean, you're going to have slip ups here and there. And as far as our videos, we want to keep it as clean as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Tyson, I can. But on the live streams, especially late night Fridays, it's going to get crazy sometimes. So,
Yeah.
It's not something where it's going to be a completely clean channel probably. But it's something that we want to keep as clean as possible. The biggest thing we want to keep out of there is any slander to anyone else. That doesn't need to be, that is not accepted on the channel or on our lives. Any putting down anyone else, keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Besides that, have fun.
Yeah, with me, like I try to minimize like profanity and like all that kind of stuff, and like and I've had it happen a couple times. Like and like kind of like getting into like they're talking about like politics, like that sometimes comes up, but usually you just kind of like don't do that too often. Like at least with my channel, and keep the spread to a minimum because like you never know who's gonna be watching, and like with my dad's job and like all that kind of stuff, and like it's more than just like you like randomly saying something somewhere on the internet. Like it's a public platform. There's a way to kind of conduct yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Treat it like a job.
Well, Tyson, he wasn't listening to me. I have to rule with an iron fist, man. That's
Poor
just the way it is.
Free Sheldon.
I have to rule with an iron fist.
Isn't that turtle abuse or something?
He's always locking him in the bunker.
Careful, we might get called in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it's so funny. Yeah, no, definitely with like reviews and like talking about companies, and like you definitely have to conduct yourself well, and like I definitely look towards guys like Dave and Ken and J. Cruz and obviously Dan C. On like how they conduct themselves with like when dealing with companies. Like even like Dan C. Bearded's video on Beard Guys, he was like, yeah, this is like among the worst products I've ever used, but he still did it in a way that was professional and still like classy and didn't like bash the company, and like he gave like feedback and explained why, because I feel like that's a big thing too with like reviews. You can't just say it's a bad product. Like you have to explain like why it didn't work for you, and that kind of thing. Otherwise you're just like, okay, you say it's bad, but why is it bad? Like you gotta like elaborate, explain more.
The viewer is going to see that. The viewer is going to be like, well, you didn't explain anything with why it didn't work for you or why it did work for you. The viewer will see that too.
Dave did a really good one not so long ago, and I talked to him afterwards, and he explained to me, and because you got to remember, some of these guys like Dave and Dan C and Ken, they've tested thousands of products, thousands. They've tried so many different things, and I'm not even 10% of the way there. So that go to somebody who has dealt with this before and who has watch what they do, watch how they explain it, watch how they handle the situation, and it makes you become a better reviewer because you're able to avoid any pitfalls that they might have come across when they were starting off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely Magic City. What's up, Mike?
So Mike,
I've got rocking old Cutler and beard today. Like I told you I was going to, Mike. It's definitely a cool scent. I like it. It's not super strong, but definitely a good scent. And I think I'm gonna try I think South Beach tomorrow because I tried Vizcaya last night and then Old Cutler today. Yeah, I think. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of moving on. What are kind of your guys like goals and plans for the regard? Kind of like in 2021 and like into the future.
Oh boy, we're just trying to schedule out the next few months, let alone talk about the next 2021. But we do have a couple months in the books right now, so that's
Cool.
nice. We're looking at just trying to fill up as much as we can, and there's new stuff, new reviewers popping up all the time, and there's new companies popping up all the time. So just finding maybe some of those newer guys that are strong with the community and that are active and yeah, just adding to the schedule.
Cool. That's awesome.
What are you excited for, Nick and Walt?
go ahead, Nick.
I think we've all talked a lot about it, but I think we are looking to bring something a lot different as far as some of our live streams and some of our guests, just to kind of separate ourselves from some of the other people out there, kind of show our support. And it's literally just, planning and coming up with something a little more on the unique side, because we don't want to be, just like everybody else. We want to do something that kind of sets us apart. So that's kind of my main thing, is just trying to keep finding ways to improve and just keep finding ways to, keep pushing the envelope.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what about you?
Thinking large spectrum and stuff like that. I mean, I think that the bearded regard could be just more than beard products one day. That's just my opinion. I think that the regard is to think about something and review something or to promote something can be very large spectrum. Whether promoting Jason Esser and his woodworking, or Rob Aker and what he makes, and Dan C and his content creation, or Magic Mike and his products. I mean, it can go much further than just beard stuff. And we also wanted to set the tone and set the gold standard of how we're supposed to treat each other in the community. We've all seen it. So we want to bring something different. We want to set the gold standard, essentially.
And there's other people out there doing some of those things. A bearded motivation is trying to highlight just people that are making things from the community that that take time, and like I was saying earlier, the companies that you aren't huge companies, but they're active in the community and they're out trying to support their family, and that's people. There's already people out there doing some of that, but that's where ideas start, is kind of the inspiration you get from other people too. So like Nick said, we want to come up with some of our own ideas too, and bring in some of our own. But you get inspired by some of these really brilliant people out there that are doing great things, and so we want to add to that a little bit too.
That's awesome. So we got about 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap this up. If anybody has any last minute questions in the chat, throw them in there. We'll answer them up, and then we'll let these guys get on with the rest of the day. So give it a couple more minutes. This has been
fun.
Definitely.
This is something you're going to do every week, Jordan, or is just something you?
I'm still figuring out the frequency of it, but I'm definitely going to be doing it more, especially now that I have it figured out and kind of have it set up, and I definitely, because I've gotten so many episodes, like so many pre-recorded podcast episodes kind of like already out. I want to kind of start focusing like more on obviously doing more reviews, but then also kind of getting more into the live streams and kind of figuring that out. Because it's fun. It's like we've already talked for almost an hour, just gone by like just like that. Yeah, I've got one tomorrow with Beard Swag Mike Cribbs. So that should be a good time. Excited about that one. And then and I talked to a couple guests for a couple weeks from not this Thursday but next Thursday. I'm thinking of doing another one in this kind of same time slot, like 7:30, because I know like as you get later into the night, there's more things going on. Like from like 8 o'clock on. So I'm thinking I'll kind of go like the earlier, kind of like hour and a half long. I'm thinking Thursday nights and branding it as something like Truth Talk Thursdays. Just kind of fits in with the channel and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, definitely gonna be doing it more often. And especially because, like I was saying, like I've got so many already like pre-recorded, so I might experiment with like adjusting the timing of those ones to work with like. So have like a pre-recorded one, then like an unboxing, and then a review, or like maybe weeks when I don't do like when I don't have a review, just do a live stream. Just chop it up for an hour and a half or so. Yeah, definitely gonna be doing this more though. This has been a lot of fun. It's cool that just kind of just chopping it up, hanging out. Thursday 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, would be a good time. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, J. Cruz.
What time is that tomorrow, Jordan? Did you say?
Yeah, so with Cribs tomorrow, it's going to be 7:30.
7:30. Okay.
And then as long as Mike wants to stay on, we will hang out, have some chill time.
That one was a little impromptu, huh?
Yeah, actually, funny story about that one. So initially, and even with this one too, like initially we were like, yeah, we'll do it pre-recorded on Zoom, like I've been doing for the last 30-something episodes, 38, 39, something like that. But then on, I think it was Friday, Mike Beard Swag posted like my channel art on his page. He's like, I'll be live with Jordan on the Beard of Truth on Sunday night at 7:30. Come join us as we like have some chill time and hang out. And I was like, oh, so then I messaged him and I was like, yeah, we normally I pre-record it, but then he's like, oh, I can fix it. And I was like, no, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. So then I was up till I think 3 a.m. that night getting StreamYard set up, figuring out how to use it, testing it out, getting the green screen set up, all that stuff. Because I was like, Beard Swag wants to do it live. We're doing it live. And then earlier today, we were just kind of chopping it up like us three. And we were like, we were going to be recording anyway. May as well do it live. Kind of give it a little test run before tomorrow night.
Yep.
Yeah, it worked out.
Well, it's awesome hanging out with, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then like it's saying on the banner, scrolling along the bottom, make sure you subscribe to the Beard Regard. Check them all out on Instagram. Yeah, show them some love.
Good job, Casey.
Yeah, it's
you got a lot better at that.
Yeah, that's funny. That's like, yeah, you're trying to like point at things like behind you.
Remember, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
You got to do.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and then also thanks everybody for hopping in. I think we peaked at 12, 13 people for the first stream, which is pretty cool.
For an impromptu live stream that no one knew was going to happen.
Yeah, until literally like 2 p.m. this afternoon.
You'll be up to 30. You'll be up to 30 viewers before you know it. Our first one was about 13 to 15 constant.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah, you'll be up to 30. Our last night, I think we got 45 likes before the end of the stream, and I think we had 30 to 40 people in there. So
yeah, I think it peaked at like 40 something people, and then kind of steadied at like 30 to 40 for most of the stream.
Jason, that's pretty funny. I know exactly what he's saying. So when they sing the meow 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 mix song, it kind of the dot goes along.
Yeah.
Meow 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 meow.
It's 8:01 p.m. For me. I'm on Eastern Time Zone.
Yep.
Canada. But yeah, and that's also a kind of funny thing. Like we were talking about, like in booking this episode, dealing with 3 different time zones because Casey's Central, Beanie's on the West Coast, and then Walt and I are Eastern time. So it's like trying to
Bearded
coordinate.
regard
Okay,
of America.
We're the East
Yeah,
Coast
so it's like-
boys.
yeah, so it's like, okay, so it's this time for Casey, this time for Nick, and then this time for me and Walt.
I'm finally getting adjusted to it, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it took about a month for me to get adjusted to the time schedules.
To my
No,
time,
totally. Yeah, no, because when I first started doing a podcast, I had a co-host, and he was on the opposite side of Canada, so he was 3 hours behind me. So trying to coordinate like our times, but then also trying to get on like a guest or like multiple guests, like from like all over, like
And
all
some
over
of
the
these
world.
guys are from UK, and I mean,
Yep.
it's like, you know, they're on a completely different time frame than we are.
Yeah, they're like 5 hours ahead. Like it's
All right,
yeah,
later, Vato.
time zones are funny. Yeah, go check out some of the because we're just about done here. Go check out some of the other streams that are happening over the next little while. I think Dagon's on right now.
the hype coming.
The hype, yeah, the hype is at 9. Yep, I'll be there for that.
And then Barbados Joe's is on right now.
Yep, Barbara Joe as well. Yep, facts. But yeah, thanks again everybody for hopping in. Thanks again to Team Bearded Regard for
Thanks for
joining me
having us
for the
on.
first ever live stream on the Bearded Truth.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be back with more soon.
We're honored.
See you there.
Cool.
See you, everyone.
There's
Okay.